Stop worrying. Major King Kong rides on top of the falling bomb, and everyone is laughing as he whoops down to the doomed city. If only nuclear weapons could be just as gay. We'd all sleep easily, dreaming of daisies popping up in fields not representing humans, with muddy water flowing through green swamps, bubbling life for tadpoles. But what about the streets, laden with belching vehicles and factories shipping direct? Are the cholesterol-laden beings worth saving for all that labor? Inside stapled cardboard boxes? Maybe this design is designed to fail. Be overtaken by breathing trees and overgrown oceans. Poems are short. That was the first one. See, even easier to read the second one. Check it out. Okay, so these poems just take off on that idea. Where the road ends, a metal yellow diamond stands sentinel, marker to conclusion of asphalt and culture. As fierce clouds shine over dark grassy hill, walk into abundant wildness and see blue sky heat, eat away clouds, while purple thistle joyously overtake hillside. An oak tree cluster is familiarly brilliant, green clumps welcoming sun and gravity, to almost reach slopes that roll and stretch, unhindered by wire or building or car. Only footsteps and eyes should touch this grown beauty, which still exists before civilizations beyond be again encroached, where out lie concrete interests of mere men. Okay, that was a sonnet. It's called Human Minds. A world without the bomb. Now, wouldn't that be something? Maybe then we'd get rid of the rockets and missiles too. But it would take the removal of rifles and guns to produce fundamental return back to swords and knives. Unless an alien came to melt it all down. Hell, you'd know. We'd rise up, stones and sticks in our hands. Even sans trees, fists would still overrule. Taking away bodies would leave only worlds behind for the universe to merrily drift out of existence. Lesson for us all. Okay. Sorry. You have just entered the World War III Museum. Piles of melted steel, rubbled bricks, and scattered wood shards to walk around for hours. Shells of ships, planes, trucks, and cars to gaze at from an uncomfortable short distance. Shadows of humans, dogs, cats, even mice, to be observed on walls and floors, so close you can almost touch them. Videos of world leaders in disagreement, of people segregated in differently named countries and neighborhoods in this bunker. Finally, on these tables, mounds of cooked hair, scrapings of charred flesh, and chunks of fragmented bodies as evidence we were all the same. Okay, years before that, there was this thing called just testing your vision. Vietnam. This is my experience in Vietnam. Numbers on the TV screen. Wounded in the hundreds, sometimes thousand. And dead, always double digit. Newsman in a simple suit with Frank Reynolds hair. Small square picture in the background of green uniforms with one hand clutching chest blood like ketchup in the movies. And I was young, maybe 8 or 9, when I first noticed people holding signs at the federal building, finally making the connection, the suited man giving the news, the soldiers dying on their backs, and me in the living room with my parents at night, looking at magazines, the fan on, shadows, saying nothing. Oh, God. Sestina, if you know what it is, feel sorry for me. This Sestina was created in a workshop. It's a very dangerous thing to do, especially when you're leading the workshop. And you ask the people in the workshop, yeah, give me a word. Give me a word, because you need 6 words to make a Sestina. And so the title of the Sestina is those 6 words. Here they come. Green bell apples versus dreadful toenail assholes. Yeah, my best friend gave me the last one. You know. All right, here goes. I want to write a poem about clipping one's toenails. That's my idea, to start with something dreadful. But then I think of what is even worse, assholes. And realize I need a pleasant counterbalance, like apples, a universally loved fruit. Historically important, red or green. This contrasts wonderfully, causes my brain to ring like a bell. I decide I'll try to get every word to sound like a bell. For example, I dig the noise made by each clip of toenails. It's good to cut them. It's like eating something green, which results in fine digestion. A subject considerably dreadful to some, unless you remind them that it is grown apples, chewed and swallowed, that help to unplug stopped assholes. You definitely want to keep doctors away from assholes. When they get a hold of you, you reverberate inside like a bell. Thus, a diet of the good stuff is essential, like mature apples. And bananas, and oatmeal, and gelatin for your toenails. I hear it comes from animal fat. How nauseatingly dreadful to contemplate. I've got to shift theme. A tree is green. That's better. Our world is mostly filled with glorious green. Trees and bushes and grasses and hopefully not just assholes. That would be unpleasant, right? Another notion dreadful, like oil slicks and car exhaust and stock traders clanging a bell to signal the start of trading. There's a concept without visible toenails. How do we get back to nature in this concrete land of few apples? By focusing some time on what gives us a quality of living like apples. And take an afternoon off to walk in a park or wilderness that's green, a place where one can remove one's shoes, expose them toenails, maybe even find a lonely spot to excrete onto dirt from assholes. Oh, Jesus. Like design intended. Remember, we discovered how to cast a bell, forge furnaces, direct sewage through corrugated pipes, so dreadful. And what about us, the modernized people who've become dreadful with our loud stereos, air conditioning, paper waste, pre-packaged apples? Filling landfills and stopping up rivers. We need a real warning bell to toll in our heads, to call us to ponder again the value of green. Instead, we drive and fly our cyberspace opinions like
assholes.
I had a feeling you'd know. Everybody's got a justification. But what about freeing those toenails? Yes, it's all down to toenail freedom or leather shoes dreadful. When it's the assholes that rule, we diminish the number of apples. So go for the green life and make your own cause a cleansing bell. Thank you.